Hello and welcome to this feminine training today with Samantha Francis. So, if you are new to the world of feminine and masculine energy, let me give you a brief oversight and then we will get straight into the training. Okay, so the feminine and masculine energy dynamic is a language I love to use because for me it makes it easy to navigate relationships and life in general. I absolutely love it. It's been the core of my work for a long time, and it's also something I apply in my own relationships, and it's something that's helped turn my relationship around as well. So let me share with you some of what I know to be true about feminine energy that goes beyond the usual floaty, fluffy, self-care kind of stuff that most people speak about. And by the way, this is not me dissing or dismissing the floaty, fluffy, feminine stuff. We all need that stuff, absolutely. Like hot baths, massage, things like that. I just feel it's important to understand the full perspective of being an empowered feminine energy woman and the deeper layers to what that really means and what it really requires. Because the truth is, self-care Sundays, hot showers, massages, things like that will only get you so far. So the feminine actually represents the spark of desire. Okay? So the spark of desire. Now, this analogy, has helped me to essentially understand that the feminine is the spark of desire to dance. She is the invitation and inspiration. She is the creativity of within the dance. The masculine energy makes the dance happen. The masculine energy directs the dance. The feminine receives the experience of the dance. The masculine supports her. So the masculine is the doing energy and supportive energy of the dance. Authentic self-expression. This means being true to yourself, having the willingness to be seen and heard, being vulnerable in your truth, having integrity, being honest and transparent, not hiding, not people-pleasing, not manipulating. The masculine is the supportive inner voice and the active force required to shine your authentic light brightly. It's the clarity. It's the conviction, and it's the unwavering of your truth. Then we have trust. Trusting everything is working out for you. That things are happening for you, not to you. Trusting in your process, timelines, timing, trusting in the masculine within you and others and the universe, trusting in yourself, trusting that all that is meant for you will not pass you by, trusting that you are capable, trusting in the energy of creation, trusting in your power. I think I brought home the word trust quite clearly there, right? The masculine is the go-getting energy that brings what you desire to you. The masculine is the following through energy required to bring things into fruition. The masculine energy within others comes to you when you are trusting in your feminine energy. The masculine is the supportive inner voice that knows you are capable and supports your dreams and visions. Then we have surrender. Powerful, conscious surrender in trust is not the same as surrendering in defeat or waving the white flag. Surrender to your true desires. Surrender to your authentic expression. Surrender to your power. Surrender to your pleasure. Surrender knowing you are safe, choosing yourself. Surrender with boundaries. Surrender with standards. Surrender it all and let it be dealt with in a way that's right for you. Surrender to your next steps. Surrender to your design. Surrender in your power. Surrender in your choices. The masculine is the protective, dynamic, active force that supports you and moves you forward. The masculine implements and exercises your boundaries and standards. Then we have experiencing. The feminine is experiential. Remember the dance analogy I just spoke about? The feminine receives the experience of the dance. This is true for life. She is not just doing life or having life done to her. She is receiving life and is participating in the experience of life. She is creating and responsive. She gets to respond in her power every step of the way. She is not passive in her experience. She is the muse, the creatrix, and she chooses what she receives. She's not controlling. She is consciously responding and allowing. She is more curious than fearful. She is open, receptive, and creating the path as the path also emerges and unfolds. The masculine is the planning, organizing, making things happen energy. The masculine is the structure, the systems, the support that allows the feminine to shine and flow. The masculine is the confidence, the clarity, the conviction, and the unwavering energy so that the feminine experiences what she desires with more ease. Then we have receptive and responsiveness. The feminine is innately receptive. Just a shift in perspective from I am doing this to I am receiving this can be so nourishing for your nervous system. Really feel into that. Instead of doing, come into expressing, experiencing, and receiving. So often women are in a space of agenda and goal focus, which is masculine energy. And this puts focus on achievement and the end goal rather than the enjoyment and pleasure of the journey and the treasure and gold within the process. Coming back home to your receptivity allows you to stop trying to get and instead being open to receive. Many women are also overgivers. Giving again is mostly masculine energy. It's forward moving, outward energy. Instead of getting and giving, come into receiving and responding. Feminine energy is not passive, it is responsive. You get to respond moment to moment so that you are participating in the creation and flow of your life. The masculine is the directive energy that aligns you on your path. It is the confidence required to stand in your truth. Directive and confident are not the same as dominating, controlling, and dictating. These are just a few examples of how being in your feminine is not some wishy-washy, passive floaty thing or just doing certain stereotypical feminine energy activities. It's so much more deeper and has so much more complexity than just being in feminine flow or doing feminine things. In order to be in your feminine flow, it takes a lot of inner and outer work. These aspects of the feminine require courage and vulnerability. It requires your inner supportive masculine energy too. It requires some forward-moving energy from the masculine also. So let's have a look at some things that empowered feminine energy is not. And again, there's no judgment around any of this because we are all capable of being in the wounded feminine or empowered feminine, right? But let's focus on this. So empowered feminine energy is not waiting for things to fall into your lap, letting life happen to you, zero movement, being passive, being entitled, thinking positively and waiting for things to happen, being flaky as a consistent pattern and claiming you're in feminine flow. I've been there. This is all wounded feminine, not empowered. A woman's empowered feminine energy draws in her inner supportive empowered masculine energy. This version of masculine energy is way more productive than when a woman is taking up space in just the forward moving masculine energy space. When a woman attracts in her inner supportive masculine energy, action becomes flow. Doing becomes being. The energies unite and she is moved almost effortlessly by them. This is not passive, it's not submissive, it's not entitled, and it's not flaky. All attributes of the wounded feminine. This is not pushing, forcing, trying to get, or trying to make things happen. This is all masculine energy, and it's also wounded masculine energy. Empowered feminine energy mastery requires effort and energy. It's just a different kind of energy of what most women are used to. It's more sustainable and nourishing. So often the masculine energy approach only works for a short time. Over time, women burn out. It is not the natural state of being for most women. It is not the natural flow of energy for most women. Ultimately, there is no right or wrong. It is just whatever you desire. If the way you operate is serving you, then absolutely keep it that way. But if it's not, and you've tried all the things, maybe it's time to learn how to function in ways that work and feel better for you. You see, once you embody the shift, life flows with awareness, more pleasure, and more ease. And absolutely, relationship dynamics are much more harmonious. You feel like you're floating downstream rather than swimming upstream. Take a moment to just think of the effort it requires to swim upstream as opposed to floating downstream. So, now I would like you to, I invite you to really feel into your current feminine aspect. So I'd love for you to connect with your current feminine energy. And if you can, grab a pen and paper, as you may want to write some notes down, or, just log what comes up for you after this connection. So take a few deep breaths. Get into a relaxed position. Just allow yourself to relax. Take a deep inhale through your nose and exhale through your mouth. Another deep inhale through your nose and exhale through your mouth. And I want you to keep focusing on your breath. As you focus on your breath, you may start to feel a little bit drowsy or sleepy. This is good. Still focus on your breath. And I want you, in your mind, to ask your current feminine aspect to step forward towards you. As you do this, I want you to bring awareness to your body and really feel if you can feel anywhere in your body that feels different now that you've asked your feminine to step forward. It could be a change in temperature. It could be a tingle. It may not be anything at all, but I just want you to bring awareness to all of your senses right now. Still focusing on your breath. Now I want you in your mind to ask your feminine, what is it she needs to tell you? What is it you need to know? Still focusing on your breath, allow yourself to receive anything she wants to tell you. It may even come in the form of a feeling. Just bring awareness to it. And I'd like you to ask your feminine, what is it she needs? Still focusing on your breath, bring awareness to anything that feels different or changes within your body. Bring awareness to all senses and just be there to receive. Still focusing on your breath. And again, if during this connection you don't get anything at all, that's fine. We're not looking or attaching an end result or goal. We are just being and open to receiving. So you can do this connection again, but still focusing on your breath, keeping the body in a relaxed state. Just feel how your body feels right now. Any thoughts that pop in your mind? Any senses that are going off at the moment or feeling different? And now I'd like to ask you to thank your feminine aspect and slowly come back into the room. Now again, if you didn't get anything come up for you, that's fine. Some of us haven't connected with our feminine for a long time or at all, right? Let's be honest. So sometimes it will take a few times of just connecting in through deep breaths, asking questions and bringing awareness to all of your senses for you to start to connect with her and feel and receive what she needs to tell you. As you've seen, this has been a couple of minutes of breath work, so it's not arduous, it's not long, and ideally we want you to see this as a pleasurable experience as well. So if you want to jot anything down, now is the time to do it. Really kind of write down anything that came up for you or didn't come up for you, okay? It's really good to keep a log of these things because there is always going to be progression of some sort here, and something will always pop up. So feel free to write anything that comes to you down so you don't forget. And now what I'd like you to do is really step into your energy of creativity. And I'd like you to use all of your senses to create your desired feminine template. So now you know how your current feminine feels and how she's showing up. I want you to step into your imagination with this, okay? And again, if you didn't get anything for your current feminine, don't worry. You can still do this part of the exercise because this is, if anything, just as important. So I'd like you again to take a few deep breaths. I'd like you to get your body back into a relaxed state. And I'd like you to focus on how you would like your desired version of your feminine template to be. How would you like her to be? How would you like her to feel? So focusing on your breath. What does your feminine look like? Deep inhale and exhale. How does she present herself? How does she feel? What is life like for your divine feminine? Deep inhale and exhale. Maybe she looks like a celebrity. Remember, this is your desired feminine template. She can be whatever you want her to be. How does she cope with stress and struggle? when it happens? What does she do? How does she be? What does life look like for your feminine template that you are creating? How does she navigate life? Remember, as you create your desired feminine template, you are in fact creating yourself. Still focusing on your breath, allow yourself to melt into the energy of creating your divine feminine template. What is her life like? How does she feel when she gets up in the morning? And why does she feel that way? What does she do during her day? What are her relationships like? Her friendships, friends, family, intimate relationships. What is her relationship to money and receiving? This gets to be whatever you choose it to be. Still focusing on your breath. How does she really feel? What brings her joy? What sparks her happiness? What makes her giggle? What feels fun for her? Still focusing on your breath. Really feel into her. As you feel into her, you create her more and more. And this gets to be no longer your desired feminine template, but your feminine template. Take your last few deep breaths. Deep inhale and exhale, and slowly come back into the room. Right. So, again, if you struggled with that, do not worry. Sometimes it takes practice, but if you didn't, right, and you were able to visualize and feel, did it differ from your current template? Did she seem like she was on the opposite end of the spectrum in terms of where you are at the moment? And ask yourself, what do you need to be to embody her further? Because as I said, in this moment where you are visualizing your desired template, it no longer becomes your desired template. It becomes your template. But we have to be able to hold on to that. So I would really invite you to practice this on a regular basis. I'm not saying every day, but as you've seen again, this literally takes a couple of minutes to just connect in and create. Every time we feel something, we are creating. Okay? So I hope you've enjoyed this training. It's been a pleasure to serve you all. If you have any questions, please do reach out to me. And I wish you a wonderful day. Bye-bye.